High School in historic Wellsburg, West Virginia. WTRF proudly presents Ohio Valley Tonite with Nathan Marshall. Tonight's guest, Southside Jerry.
Welcome to another edition of Ohio Valley Tonite with Nathan Marshall. And tonight we are joined by Pittsburgh's own saxophone sensation, Jerry Mellix. Thank you for coming, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
You might also know him as Southside Jerry, which you also go by.
Yes.
Which I guess that comes from you playing on the South Side.
Yes, people couldn't pronounce my last name.
Yeah.
So they start calling me Southside Jerry as opposed to Jerry Mellix.
Yeah. Hey, kid, we can't remember your name, so we're just going to make up one for you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever. And go with the flow. Well, Jerry, to put it bluntly, I guess, most people, when they see a saxophone, the first thing they think of is baby making music.
I never heard that before, but
Good old baby making music.
Yeah.
So my question to you is it true, do saxophone players get all the women?
Well, the truth of the matter is, that's the reason why I stopped playing the sax.
Too many women.
No, my brother told me that if I learned to play the horn,
yeah,
I could get more girls than the football players could. So I decided I'll go that route, and I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
And still doing it. Not for the girls, though.
Oh, okay. So you're telling us that you got more women than Wilt Chamberlain?
Oh, never. Never. Never.
That's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult.
And scary, my God.
Yeah. You would be a walking STD. That would not be good.
Yeah, but the guys that get the most girls, in my opinion, are the singers.
Yeah.
And drummers.
Cursed drummers. They usually are missing an arm, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
Play off beat. No,
yeah, exactly.
I didn't say that.
Well, many people seemingly don't play the saxophone. You don't see it very much other than like high school bands or whatever. And it's, to my knowledge, just because it's very difficult to play and you can't sing at the same time. You'd have to play and then sing.
Absolutely.
So that would be part of it, I think. But how did you get started playing the saxophone? And when did you know that this was the instrument for you?
Well, I got started, I would say, 1963.
Oh, wow.
You weren't even born yet.
No, I wasn't.
And I was in 8th, 9th grade. No, 10th grade in high school. And a guy who had a band needed a horn player to help support a show in downtown Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And I said, sure. I think I made all of $10 for the job. But anyway.
Big paying gig.
Yeah. Well, this was 1963 for a kid who didn't have any kind of income. $10 was pretty good for me then.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, now I'm making $20 a night. No, I'm just kidding.
Moving on up. Yeah, $20.
So, but to get me out of school, he had to forge my dad's signature to get me out of school. So I did, and went down, did the show, got paid, and after that, all the applause and lights, I knew. Yeah. This was the best hire in the world. Yep. And I've been doing it ever since. Yeah. Except for the time I spent in Vietnam, but other than that.
Yeah. Well, you spent a year in Vietnam, which I thank you very much for your service. First of all, that is a wonderful thing.
Well, thank you. Yes, I did. I volunteered for the military, and I know that a lot of people don't think positive about the Vietnam, but I'm glad I did. Mm-hmm. And if at my age, I know that they can't use me again, but if Uncle Sam called me, I'd be there in a minute.
And we need more people like that, like you, in this world, and that's a great thing, and I really appreciate that. I've been told by a couple of Vietnam veterans, even I didn't know this because I wasn't born yet, but they were not appreciated very much.
No, we weren't. You came back and there was, people looked at you with disgust, and unlike today where people say, welcome, thank you for your services, none of that happened back in the 60s. Yeah. But that's okay. I mean, that was then and this is now. Yeah. We all grow, we mature.
That's right. So. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, babe.
I appreciate it very much. Well, of course, we all know that athletes have to train their body and they have to do exercises for their athletic events. And I was wondering if it's the same thing for saxophone players, because, quite frankly, to put it bluntly, as a saxophone player, you have to blow a lot. And that's just the way it is. So are there any exercises or special things you have to do with your mouth and your lungs to train them, especially for the longer sets you have to do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people who are in business longer than I and are better at it than I will tell you that there are exercises that you should do. I'm aware of some of them, but my best exercises are practice, you know, at least a couple times a week, if not more. So I play mostly tenor and alto, and that's why I rehearse with mostly every day for a couple hours, at least, not every day I rehearse, I'd say a couple times a week. But the baritone is much heavier. It requires much more air out of me. Yeah. And the older I get, the less I have to play with. Yeah. So I have to rehearse that well in advance of the show. The other side of the coin is when I'm playing soprano, which is a lot like a clarinet, like this, or a flute, which is like this. After about a half an hour, if I don't practice at home long enough, I get tired, and I lose my armature, and I start playing flat.
Yeah, you don't really ever see that. I mean, people don't think about holding an instrument being a heavy thing. So, I mean, you don't see people in the weight room going, "Why are you lifting weights? I got to play the saxophone later tonight." It's going to be crazy. Well, you've performed with some great musicians, and you said some people might not know these, but if they don't know them, then they need to crawl under a rock. I mean, these are some of the big ones. Lee Dorsey, The Temptations. Come on, you don't know The Temptations. You're ridiculous. The OJs.
The original Temptations.
The original. Come here. That's some serious stuff.
Yes.
And you've performed at such prestigious locations as Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
With the Clovers,
The Clovers, and you've performed and down in New Orleans at the French Quarter.
Oh yeah, my favorite city.
Yeah.
Beside Las Vegas.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
And talk about that. You've actually performed in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I worked with Shirley King, which is B.B. King's daughter.
Oh, okay.
She's a blues singer, and I worked with Eugene Pitt and the Jive Five, and it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
So
that was great. I mean, you've been all over the place. And one of our seniors here, Lindsey Willis at Brooke High School here, she has a question about the ups and downs of the entertainment business.
With all these great musical experiences to your credit, I was curious, do you have a worst musical experience as a saxophone player?
That's an interesting question because people think, you know, with entertainment, it's just all glitz and glamour.
Right.
Do you have any kind of a worst?
Well, I can't remember the exact year, but I know I was around 25, and we were playing support, which means backing up a different acts. Yeah. The act from out of town. The act came from out of town. They didn't send us any tape or any charts, music to learn before the show. Yeah. They gave us a couple notes on a napkin.
A napkin?
And wanted us to do a half-hour show flawlessly. I mean, yeah, we knew some of that. We knew their hits.
Demanding.
Yeah, we knew their hits without any problem. But when it came to do the tunes that they were covering from other acts that we didn't know, you know, we were terrible at it. And so naturally, we didn't do very well. And in the middle of the show, they stopped the show, blamed the band behind them for making all the mistakes, and told us to, you know, to do this again. And I must have felt about this tall.
Oh yeah.
After the show, I wanted to quit forever. But like everything else in life, you get over it.
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, fans. Sorry we suck tonight. It's all Jerry's fault. It's for this guy right here. Yeah. Yeah, that makes you feel real great.
Yeah.
Well, again, we have been joined tonight by Pittsburgh saxophone legend, Southside Jerry. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Jerry, I appreciate it. Okay. And you can learn more about Southside Jerry, the saxophone, or you can download some of your music by visiting.
Well, I have a website. It's www.southsidejerry, which is one word, .com. Or you can visit the site of the band who I work with in Pittsburgh most often. They're called The Holidays. They had a couple of hits back in '61. Their website is www.holidayproductions.com.
Yeah, pretty easy. And check it out. You'll love his music. I listened to some of it today, and it was very great music. So.
And you had to go call your grandfather and said, what's the name of the song?
yeah. Grandfather, do you like this song? Yeah. For High Valley Tonite, this has been Nathan Marshall.